Welcome to the Kids Caught in the Middle video series. We're making a video for each of the 12 chapters of the book, Kids Caught in the Middle. My name is Liisa Speaker, and I'm the owner of the Speaker Law Firm and the author of the book, Kids Caught in the Middle, How Families Are Harmed When Judges Don't Follow the Law. Chapter 1 of the book has to do with due process violations in child-related cases. Now, I say child-related cases because even though the book mostly covers custody cases, there are chapters dedicated to termination of parental rights, adoptions, and guardianship cases. In the child-related context, due process of law means a parent's liberty interest in the care, custody, and control of their child. It is a foundational principle of our country that we don't allow the government to trample on citizens' rights. This applies in family law too. And when judges make decisions without following the law, it harms children and families. Some of the examples that are covered in Chapter 1 of due process violations include delays in decision-making, such as when it takes the trial court 15 to 20 months to make a decision on a custody case, even after entering a temporary order at the beginning of the case. Another problem that arises with the due process violations is when the trial judge appoints a lawyer guardian ad litem or a guardian ad litem, but then allows that person to wear one hat or the other and go back and forth without anybody really understanding what that person's role really is. Another problem covered in Chapter 1 is when the trial judge enters an order without making findings of fact, such as the findings on the established custodial environment or findings on the best interest of the child, or when these orders are entered without any evidence like witness testimony or documentary evidence, but instead are really based on the allegations, unproven allegations of the moving party. One of the last things to cover today that's contained in the book is the harmless error issue. And that really involves the higher court, the Court of Appeals. So what happens a lot of times is the Court of Appeals will say, well, even though the trial judge didn't follow the law, we're going to call it harmless error because eventually the trial judge did what it was supposed to do. And it's a pet peeve of mine when trial court changes custody, but then the Court of Appeals just calls it a harmless error when there's a lot of things happening in the life of the family that show that it really is a harmful decision not to follow the law. To learn more about the book or the next steps that we need to take to implement systemic change, click on the link below. And I look forward to seeing you in Chapter 2.